Do you remember a classroom where the troublemakers were the stars, and the teacher was just trying to survive? In 1975, a small show called Welcome Back changed everything. Kotter did something no one expected. It took a group of kids that nobody believed in and turned them into one of the most unforgettable casts in television history. But here's the part most people never talk about. Behind the laughs, behind the catchphrases, some stories didn't feel like comedy at all. One actor became one of the biggest movie stars in the world. Another walked away from Hollywood completely, right when he had everything. One turned real-life pain into something millions of people laughed at. And years later, tragedy seemed to follow this cast. So what really happened to the Sweathogs? Where did life take them after the cameras stopped rolling? From then to now, this is the Welcome Back Kotter cast. But before moving forward, don't forget to hit subscribe for more interesting videos like this. The face everyone remembers first is Vinnie Barbarino, played by a young actor who would soon become one of the biggest stars in the world, John Travolta. John Travolta was born on February 18, 1954, in Englewood, New Jersey. He was only 21 years old when Welcome Back Kotter first aired in 1975. Before his fame, he was just a teenager chasing a dream. When he stepped into that Brooklyn classroom, everything changed. The confidence, the charm, the attitude, Barbarino became unforgettable. First came Saturday Night Fever, then Grease. Suddenly, the same kid who was cracking jokes in a classroom became one of the biggest stars on earth. For a while, John Travolta couldn't fail. Everywhere he went, fans screamed. Studios threw millions at him. Magazines called him the future of Hollywood. By the mid-1980s, the hits slowed down, movies flopped, critics turned on him, and the actor who once ruled Hollywood suddenly looked forgotten. Then came one of the greatest comebacks in movie history. In 1994, Quentin Tarantino cast him in Pulp Fiction. The career everybody thought was dead exploded back to life overnight. In 2009, his teenage son Jed died during a family vacation in the Bahamas. Friends later said Travolta was devastated behind closed doors, and through the years, rumors, lawsuits, and tabloid stories followed him constantly. 22 years old, the swagger is calmer. Now, the hair is gone, the voice is softer. Every classroom has that one kid, too loud, too awkward, too strange to ignore. On Welcome Back Kotter, that kid was Arnold Orhack. Ron Palillo was born April 2, 1949, in New Haven, Connecticut. Unlike some of the other cast members, Ron wasn't naturally rebellious or flashy. He came from a quieter background and studied acting seriously before television found him. After the show ended, Palillo struggled badly with typecasting. Casting directors loved the character, but didn't know what to do with the man behind it. For decades, Ron kept huge parts of his personal life private. Hollywood in the 1970s was not kind to actors who felt different or lived differently from the public image studios wanted. He carried that pressure quietly for years. Then, in 2012, tragedy struck suddenly. Ron Palillo died from a heart attack near his home in Florida. He was 63 years old. Gabe Kaplan, the wisecracking teacher of the Sweathogs, became a TV icon overnight. After Hollywood slowed down, Gabe quietly moved into professional poker and commentary. Still alive in 2026 at 80 years old, far from the classroom that made him famous forever. Robert Hedges, the street-smart Epstein, made fans laugh with his wild stories and tough attitude. Behind the scenes, Robert battled addiction and health problems for years. He died in 2012 after a heart attack at 60 years old, shocking longtime Kotter fans. Marcia Strassman played Julie Kotter, the emotional heart of the show. She wasn't new to acting. She had already worked in major TV roles. But behind the scenes, the production wasn't always easy. She kept her performance strong and consistent. After the show, she continued acting in films and on television. Later in life, she faced a long battle with cancer. She documented her journey with strength and honesty. And in 2014, she passed away at 66 years old.